One of the prosecutors told Judge Juan Merchan that Daniels will not describe Trump's genitalia because it would violate the gag order.
After weeks of waiting, Stormy Daniels finally took the stand in court. Everyone was eager to hear what the former adult film star had to say about her relationship with Donald Trump. Stormy held nothing back as she detailed the most disgusting aspects of their relationship. Her testimony was so impactful that it put Trump in greater jeopardy than anyone had anticipated. The media was buzzing with speculation about what would happen next. It was surreal to watch Stormy testify just meters away from the man she had been involved with. The hush money trial reminded everyone of the far-reaching consequences of their relationship. Despite the financial incentives, Stormy remained focused on telling her story and revealing the truth about what had happened between her and Trump. While some were curious about the intimate details of their encounters, Stephen Colby warned against getting too excited since the general outline of the story was already public knowledge. Luckily, Stormy had already divulged everything about her affair with Trump in her book, Full Disclosure. Her account included details about Trump's genitalia, which was smaller than average but not alarmingly so, and also gave a glimpse into the political and personal worlds colliding. As Stormy testified, the world waited with bated breath to see what would happen next. Would Trump face consequences, or would he come out of this unscathed? Only time would tell. The day was unforgettable, but not for the right reasons. As Stormy continued to describe Trump's unattractive physical features, I cringed and wished she would stop. Unfortunately, she kept going, providing even more excruciating details. Her description of Trump's pubic hair resembling that of a Yeti and his penis resembling the mushroom character in Mario Kart left me feeling a mix of anger and embarrassment. I couldn't understand why she was doing this, and it felt like she was intentionally trying to ruin the experience. Was she trying to hurt me? Was it necessary for her to embarrass me in front of my significant other? Whatever her reasons may have been, I couldn't continue enduring her ceaseless belittlement and characterizations, but I also recognized that I couldn't allow her to triumph over me. I had to exhibit resilience, poise, and prove that her words couldn't damage me.
Adult film star Stormy Daniels testified today in former President Trump's criminal hush money trial, so Trump technically slept with her again.
In his boxer shorts and a t-shirt, she'd been planning to go. She said he was seated on the bed between her and the exit.
Ultimately, I prevailed. While the encounter left me feeling indifferent, my partner seemed to have a different experience. Stormy Daniels revealed that she chose a mushroom-shaped dildo because it resembled the president's genitalia. Her appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live took things to a whole new level of humor as she compared Trump's penis to a toadstool. Since then, jokes about Trump's mushroom-like member have been making the rounds. Kimmel also brought up an incident where Trump hit Daniels with a magazine featuring his own image. Despite the ridiculousness of the situation, Daniels remains a credible witness with details that perfectly match Trump's character. During her testimony, which included explicit descriptions of their encounter, jurors were captivated. Trump, who denies having a sexual relationship with Daniels, looked visibly uncomfortable during her testimony and later expressed his displeasure to his lawyers. To avoid any confusion, he even made sure to stress the current size of his genitalia to his lawyer. When Daniels entered the courtroom, Trump looked straight ahead and shook his head during her testimony, most likely in response to her graphic descriptions. In her testimony, Daniels nonchalantly recounted the items found in Trump's bathroom bag. She also reenacted Trump's pose on the bed, where he was only wearing his undergarments, by gesticulating and lifting her leg. Throughout her narrative, Daniels remained relaxed and composed.
While testifying in former President Trump's criminal hush money trial, adult film star Stormy Daniels said that in phone calls after her sexual encounter with Trump in 2006, he would always call her Honey Bunch.
That Trump used to call Stormy Honey Bunch, which interestingly is also a term Melania would use at Mar-a-Lago, as in honey bunch of FBI agents at door.
The trial's most captivating part was undoubtedly the testimony, which certainly didn't lack excitement. Despite the defense's objections, Daniels managed to spill some intriguing details, some of which were considered irrelevant and biased. These details might have been trivial to some, but to many, they were crucial. We have a hunger for all the particulars. Regardless, the judge and prosecutors had to listen to the information firsthand, even if it wasn't as entertaining for them as it was for us. Daniels' testimony was explicit to the point where Judge Juan Merchan had to stop her on numerous occasions. Trump's lawyers claimed that Daniels had unduly influenced the jury.
He said that his team filed a motion in the appellate division to appeal his gag order, which he says is unconstitutional.
That the testimony given during the trial was a topic of debate among the lawyers present. Attorney Todd Blanche felt that the testimony was damaging to President Trump and couldn't be ignored. However, he admitted that the president wasn't involved in any hush money payments. On the other hand, the judge didn't find the testimony disturbing and even found some aspects of it amusing. Although the defense raised objections, Daniel provided juicy details that made the testimony the most exciting part of the trial. The judge advised ignoring certain information, but what may seem trivial to one person could be significant to another. The prosecutors required direct testimony from Daniel, but Judge Juan Merchan had to frequently interrupt her due to graphic descriptions of previous incidents. Meanwhile, Trump's defense team argued that Daniels' bias against the jury made a fair verdict impossible, a reasonable solution that would be fair to President Trump.
Susan Necklace literally went on, I just counted, for 7 pages about whether Stormy Daniels was consistent or not about saying whether or not they had dinner.
The legal dispute between President Trump and adult film star Stormy Daniels has been in the news for a while now. Recently, there have been some new developments. Judge Merchan, who is overseeing the case, rejected the request for a mistrial. He argued that it was important for both him and the jury to hear the details from the witness. This may indicate that the judge found the evidence presented to be amusing rather than shocking. Despite this, the court advised that certain facts presented by Daniels should be disregarded. Daniels claimed that she stayed in touch with Trump even after their initial encounter. She even made a brief visit to Trump Tower. However, Daniels admitted that their connection was strange and unpleasant. During her testimony, Daniels revealed that she was shaking while getting dressed after the hotel room encounter. Nevertheless, she agreed to meet Trump in public after that. She claimed that very few people knew about her meeting with Trump. This raises questions about the nature of their relationship and what led to their continued contact. Trump's alleged misconduct with Ms. Daniels is not a one-time incident, but rather a pattern of behavior. This raises concerns about his fitness for the presidency and his ability to represent the interests of all Americans, especially women. It remains to be seen how the legal proceedings will unfold and what impact they will have on his presidency. But the allegations against him cannot be ignored or dismissed lightly. The country deserves leaders who respect the dignity and autonomy of all individuals, regardless of their gender or social status. Mr. Trump remains completely unaware of the harm he inflicted upon Ms. Daniels. During a recent interview, he waved off her allegations as fake news and even accused her of lying about the entire affair. This represents a classic case of victim blaming and gaslighting, and it is extremely troubling to witness someone with such a significant amount of power using their influence to silence and discredit those who speak out against him. In summary, the fact that Ms. Daniels visited Mr. Trump's hotel room despite her initial reluctance is yet another example of the toxic masculinity and abusive behavior that has come to be associated with his presidency. It is past time to hold him accountable for his actions and demand that he take responsibility for the damage he has caused to countless women throughout his career. The courtroom was packed to the brim with journalists, curious onlookers, and legal experts as Stormy Daniels took the stand. All eyes were on her, and for good reason. Her testimony promised to be explosive. For months, the media had been abuzz with rumors of her alleged encounters with Donald Trump, and now she was finally here to answer questions under oath. As Daniels began to speak, it quickly became clear that she was not going to hold back. She spoke in great detail about her experiences with Trump, recounting everything from the color of his sheets to the way he smelled. Her testimony was so vivid and compelling that even the judge had to intervene at times, reminding her to stick to the facts and avoid speculation. Despite objections from the defense, Daniels held the public and the court's attention with ease. Her descriptions of everything from the furniture in Trump's hotel room to the infamous magazine cover event were captivating, and it was clear that she had put a great deal of thought and effort into preparing for this moment. The judge's decision to allow the testimony to continue, despite its scandalous nature, underscored the gravity of the trial. This was a case that had the potential to change the course of history, and everyone in the courtroom knew it. However, the judge cautioned against getting bogged down in the specifics, reminding everyone that the focus should be on the facts of the case and not on salacious details. As the day wore on, it became clear that this was just the beginning. Daniels would return to the stand on Thursday, and Trump's lawyer, Susan Nellis, would have the opportunity to cross-examine her. There was no doubt that this would be a tense and dramatic moment, as Nellis sought to undermine Daniels' credibility and poke holes in her story. Despite the high stakes and intense emotions, however, the proceedings remained civil and respectful. Everyone in the courtroom understood the gravity of the situation and the importance of conducting themselves in a professional manner. As the day drew to a close, there was a palpable sense of anticipation in the air. Everyone was eager to see what would happen next. Stormy Daniels' testimony has certainly lived up to its hype, as evidenced by the dramatic scenes in the courtroom. She divulged personal details of her alleged meetings with Donald Trump in such vivid detail that even the judge had to intervene at times. Despite objections from the defense, Daniels' story captivated both the courtroom and the public. She left no stone unturned, describing everything from the furniture in Trump's hotel room to the infamous magazine cover event. Even seasoned lawyers were left speechless by her testimony. Judge Juan Merchant's decision to allow the scandalous disclosures to continue underscored the gravity of the trial, while cautioning against getting bogged down in specifics. The good news is that we can expect even more drama and information as Daniels takes the witness stand again on Thursday. Trump's attorney, Susan Nellis, will resume questioning Daniels on Tuesday afternoon, after a 90-minute break. The question on everyone's mind is, what will Stormy reveal next? Don't hesitate to type out your thoughts in the comments section below. To stay updated on future episodes, make sure to subscribe. You can also access previous episodes by clicking on this link. Thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to chatting with you again soon.
Thank you.